Friends, welcome to Abhivyakti India's Future Classroom. In today's episode, we are going to solve the question paper of Andhra Bank PO examination which was held in 2015. This we will solve in parts. So this is the first part, and the first question of the paper was A, B and C started a business by investing rupees 18,000, rupees 8,000 and rupees 15,000 respectively. At the end of the 6 months from the start of the business, A and B invested additional amount of rupees 2,000 each in the business. But C withdrew rupees 4,000. If at the end of the year the annual profit received was rupees 10,250, what was the B's share in the profit? Friends, A, B and C started a business by investing rupees 18,000, 8,000 and 15,000 respectively. At the end of the 6 months, A and B invested rupees 2,000 as additional investment, whereas C withdrew rupees 4,000 from his investment, and at the end of year they received a profit of 10,250 rupees, and we have to find what is B's share in the profit. Now first of all we will find the effective investment of A, B and C. So first we will see the effective investment of A. A invested rupees 18,000, and since he has not withdrawn any amount, so for 1 year he invested rupees 18,000 plus after 6 months he invested 2,000 rupees more. For 6 months 2,000 rupees more, it means for 1 year he invested additional 1,000 rupees, and therefore his total effective investment is rupees 19,000. Now we will see the B's investment. B invested rupees 8,000. So for a year he invested rupees 8,000. After 6 months he again invested 2,000 as additional investment, and 2,000 for 6 months, it means 1,000 for a year. So he invested rupees 1,000 as additional investment for a year. So his effective investment will be rupees 9,000. Now we will see the C's investment. C invested rupees 15,000, but after 6 months he withdrew 4,000 rupees. So for 6 months he invested rupees 50,000 divided by 2. Plus for 6 months he withdrew 4,000 rupees, it means he invested rupees 11,000 for the rest of the 6 months, so 11,000 by 2, and therefore this total becomes 13,000 rupees. So A's effective investment is 19,000 rupees, B's effective investment is 9,000 rupees, and C's effective investment is 13,000 rupees. Therefore their ratio will be what? 19,000 is to 9,000 is to 13,000. These 3 zeros will get cancelled, and the ratio will be 19,000 is to 9,000 is to 13,000. It means the total parts will be 41. 19 plus 9 plus 13. So total parts are 41. So we will have to divide the profit 10,250 into 41 equal parts and multiplied by B's ratio, that is B is 9, this ratio is 9, so multiplied by 9 and you will get the B's share in the profit. So after doing this we get it as 2,250. So B's share in the business is rupees 2,250. Now the next question was that directions are given for the question number 152 to 156, that study the table and answer the questions that follow. Note, data regarding the number of students studying in college A, B, C and D in the year 2009. The mentioned colleges offers courses in the streams only arts, commerce and science, and the total student strength students studying in arts, commerce and science together is the total student strength. The first column is the colleges, college A, college B, college C and college D. Second column gives the percentage of the students studying in the arts faculty. Second column gives the percentage of the students studying in the commerce faculty, and the third column gives the number of students studying in the science faculty. Here in the third column the percentage is not given, but the actual number of students who are studying in the science faculty is given. Now the first question is that what is the average number of students studying in science in all the numbered colleges? There are 4 colleges A, B, C and D, and in college A there are 750 students studying in science, 750 in college B, 1040 in college C and 960 in college C. So the average student is calculated as sum of all these students divided by 4. So if you add all these 750, 750, 1040 and 960, then that sum will be equal to 3,500. And that divided by 4, which is equal to 875. And therefore the average of the students studying in all colleges, that is A, B, C and D, is 875. Now here is the second question, that the total number of students studying arts and commerce together in college A is what percent more than that in college B? Now here you will find the total number of students in college A, in college B, in college C, in college D, and then you will find the total number of students studying arts in A, arts in B, arts, like that. But friends, there is no need of doing all these things. The very simple thing is that you have to find the total number of students studying in the arts and commerce faculty together in college A. How to find it? That 20% and 55%, that together is 75%. It means the 75% of the students are studying in arts and commerce in college A. And the total number of students in science faculty is 750. It is how much percent? It will be of course 25% of the total student. It means 25% of the total student is what? It is 750, correct? Then what will be the 75% of the students who are studying in arts and commerce faculty of college A? That will be how much? Now here generally we multiply these two and divide by the first one. But since this is a direct variation, you see that this is increased the 3 times. 25 3s are 75, so this 2 will increase 3 times. So you will get the number of students studying in college A in faculty arts and commerce together will be equal to 750 multiplied by 3. If you multiply this, you will get 3 zeros are 0, 3 5s are 15, carry on 1, 3 7s are 21 and 122. So the number of students studying in college A in the faculty arts and commerce together is 2250. Similarly, the number of students studying in college B in arts and commerce faculty. In arts it is 30%, in commerce it is 20%, so together that is 50%. It means for science faculty there are also 50% students. So these 50% are 750. So 50% is 750. Then what will be this 50%? So this 50% will also be what? 750 only. So in college B, the total number of students studying in arts and commerce together will be 750, and therefore this together what we have to find? We have to find the what percent more than that of the college B. So in college A 2250 students are studying. It is for 750 students. So for 750 students it is 2250. So for 100 it will be how much? So we multiply this 2 and divide by the first one, and therefore we get x as 300. And since for 100 it is 300, it means it is how much more? It is 200% more, and therefore the required percentage is 200%. Now the next question is, the number of students studying in arts in college C is what percent of a number of students studying in arts in college D? Now we have to find the number of students studying in arts in college C and the number of students studying in arts in commerce in college D. Now here we know that this is 50%, 25%, this is 50%, and so this should also be 50% of the total. This is 50%, this is 30%, total is 80%. It means this is what? The science faculty students are 20% of the total stream. Now we will find the number of students studying in C and D. So 50% is 1040, 50% is 1040. So 25% is how much? Since this is halved, this too should be halved. So half of 1040, that will be 520. So the number of students studying in college C in the art faculty is 520. Now similarly here, the 20% is 960, 20% is 960, then 50% is how much? Correct? So here we multiply this 2 and divide by the first one. Now here I do the actual division. 50 multiplied by 960 divided by 20. So this 0 will get cancelled, this 0 will get cancelled. 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8, and 2 8s are 16. So multiply this 2. So 5 8s are 40, 5 4s are 20, and 4 5 8s are 40, carry on 4, 5 4s are 20, and 4 24, and 1 0. So it will be 2 4 0 0. So this number of students will be 2400. Friends, here without doing this actual working, you should learn to do the cancellation here only. See how you can do. We multiply this 2 and divide by the first one. So 20 is the denominator that you have to keep in the mind. So this 0 and this 0 will get cancelled. 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8, 2 8s are 16, 2 0s are 0, 480 multiplied by 5. It is so simple. So after multiplication you will get 2400. So these students are 2400, these students are 520. So the required percentage will be 520 divided by 2400 multiplied by 100. And if you solve this, you get it as 21 integer 2/3%. So this is 21 integer 2/3% is the required percentage. Friends, the next question is, what is the total number of students studying in commerce in college C and D together? We have to find the number of students studying in commerce in C and D together. Now here this is 25%, this is 25%. Now in the previous question we have calculated that this strength was 520. Therefore this strength will also be 520. There is no need to do the calculation again. Now here we have to find the number of students in college D. So this is 50%, this is 30%, total is 80%. So these students are 20%. So 20% is 960. So this 30% will be how much? So here we multiply this 2 and divide by the first one. Now here we are doing it directly. 20 is in the denominator and these 2 are in the numerator. Therefore 0 and 0 will get cancelled. 960 is in the numerator, 2 is in the denominator. Therefore 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8, 2 8s are 16, and 2 zeros are 0. So it will be 480 multiplied by 3. So it is 3 zeros are 0, 3 8s are 24, carry on 2, 3 4s are 12, and 2 14. So these students are 1440, and therefore together the commerce faculty children are 0, 4 and 2 6, 5 and 4 9, and 1 as it is. So 1960 are the number of students studying in commerce faculty in college C and D. Now the next question is, what is the difference between the total number of students strength of college A and B together and college C and D together? Now you have to find the difference. It means we have to find the number of students in college A, college B, college C, and college D. Now we know that there are 750 students in science faculty and it is just 25% of the total strength. 25% how? This is 20%, this is 55%, so together 75%, so remaining must be 25%. So if 25% is 750, so 100% will be how much? This is increased 4 times. This is a direct variation, so this will also increase 4 times. So 750 multiplied by 4. So it is 4 zeros are 0, 4 5s are 20, carry on to 7 4s are 28 and 2 30. So the number of students in college A is 3000. Now the number of students in college B, 30%, 20%, together 50%, so this is 50%. 50% is 750, therefore 100% will be what? Double of it, so it should be 1500. So number of students in college B is 1500. Now in college C, this is 25%, this is 25%, together is 50%, so this should be 50%. So 50% is 1040, so 100% will be what? Definitely double than this, so it will be 2080. Now in college D, this is 50%, this is 30%, together is 80%, so this will be 20%. So 20% is 960, so 100% will be what? 20 and 5, it is 20 and 100, it is increased 5 times, so this will also increase 5 times, so 960 multiplied by 5, so it will be 5 zeros are 0, 5 6 are 30, carry on 3, 9 5s are 45, 45 and 3 48. So this will be 4800. Now this together, because we have to find the difference between the total strength of A and B and total strength of C and D. So the total strength of A and B will be 4500 and total strength of C and D is 6880. So the difference between them will be 2300. The total difference will be what? 2380. So the required answer is 2380. Next question is, while purchasing a flight ticket, Sonakshi got promotional discount of 20% on the fare, but she had to pay 12.5% as sale tax on the discounted fare and rupees 100 as a convenience fee. Sonakshi paid rupees 3160 as the total fare. How much promotional discount did she get? Now the Sonakshi purchases the ticket for rupees 3160. So first we will take out the convenience fee as rupees 100, so it will be minus 100, so it will be 3060. So rupees 3060 is a fare before sale tax. Now if you take out the sale tax of 12.5% from this amount, you will get the actual fare. So you will get the actual fare as 3060 multiplied by 100 divided by 112.5, and that is equal to 2720. So rupees 2720 is the fare before sale tax. Now on this, the promotional discount still we have to consider. So the promotional discount is 20%. It means what is actually charged, 80% is charged. So the actual fare, before promotional discount, that will be what? 80% of 80%. 20% is discount. It means the actual fare will be 80% of 2720. So it will be 80 by 100 into 2720, that is 3400. Now this is the actual fare before promotional discount. So this is actual fare before promotional discount, and this is the fare after promotional discount, and the difference between these two is what? It is 680, and therefore the promotional discount is 680 rupees. Friends, I hope you must have enjoyed this video. If yes, please share it with your friends, like it and subscribe to the channel. If for any other reason you dislike it, please give the reason through comments, because there is always a room for improvement and we will try to improve. Thank you very much. Friends, you might have enjoyed this video. Then go to thumbs up button and click. Then go to share tab and share with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus and many more. And to get the updates right in your mailbox, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much.